Clara sat in her favorite armchair, gazing around her living room with a mixture of pride and nostalgia. At 72, her home wasn't just a place. It was a reflection of a life well lived. But it hadn't always been this way. A few years ago, she'd felt buried under clutter, unsure where to start. That's when she discovered simple, daily habits that transformed her space and her peace of mind. Ready to learn Clara's secrets? Let's start with the first habit. 1. Start the day with small wins. Clara remembers waking up one morning, staring at the scattered books on her bedside table and feeling a pang of frustration. Why does everything feel so out of place? She thought. That day, she made a simple decision: start her mornings with a small victory. She began with something basic yet surprisingly impactful: making her bed. It might sound trivial, but research shows that completing a small task early in the day sets a tone of productivity. For Clara, this was transformative. By straightening her bed covers and arranging her pillows, she created a visual cue that said, "Today is off to a great start." She paired this with a quick decluttering of her nightstand, tucking away the stray glasses case and the book she had finished. The emotional impact was immediate. A made bed transformed her entire bedroom into a sanctuary of calm. It's funny how such a small habit can make you feel so accomplished. Clara often says, sharing her story with friends at her book club, "I started to realize it's not about cleaning everything. It's about winning the little battles." Try it for yourself. Set a timer for 5 minutes after waking up. Start with your bed, move to your bedside table, and watch how a clean and organized start inspires your entire day. 2. Designate daily focus zones. When Clara's daughter first suggested she break her cleaning into manageable zones, Clara wasn't convinced. "What's the point? There's just too much to do," she protested. But after trying it, Clara realized this simple strategy was her ticket out of overwhelm. Here's how it works. Each day, Clara picks a specific area of her home to focus on. Mondays are for the kitchen counters and the dining table. Tuesdays, the bathroom gets her attention. By spreading out tasks, she avoids burnout and creates a sense of accomplishment without ever feeling like she's drowning in chores. Take Clara's Tuesday routine as an example. Instead of scrubbing the entire bathroom in one go, she focuses on wiping down the sink and mirrors. On Thursday, she tackles the shower and floor. "Before I knew it, the bathroom sparkled, without me even realizing I'd done it all," she laughs. The best part? Clara keeps it flexible. If life gets in the way and she misses a day, she simply adjusts. "It's about progress, not perfection," she explains. Designating zones brings clarity, reduces decision fatigue, and keeps your home consistently tidy without exhausting yourself. 3. Tidy as you go. One of Clara's most significant breakthroughs came while watching her neighbor's children play in the yard. She noticed how effortlessly they picked up their toys after each game, leaving the space spotless before moving on to the next activity. That sparked a realization. Why not apply the same principle to her home? Now, Clara embraces the tidy-as-you-go mindset. After finishing her morning coffee, she rinses the mug and places it in the dishwasher. When she's cooking, she washes utensils as she waits for water to boil. After folding laundry, she immediately puts it away instead of letting it pile up on the couch. This habit turned out to be a game changer. Clara recalls a time when her sister dropped by unannounced. "Normally I'd panic," she admits, "but that day I felt calm because the house was already in order." Tidy as you go isn't just practical, it's liberating. By addressing messes immediately, Clara saves hours of cleaning later and avoids the stress of unexpected visitors. The bonus? She now has more time to enjoy her hobbies, like gardening or painting, instead of worrying about the state of her home. 4. Set aside time for decluttering daily. Clara often jokes that her clutter used to multiply overnight, but in truth, it was years of accumulation that made her feel like her home was closing in on her. One day, as she tried to find a missing earring in her overstuffed dresser, Clara realized that her sentimental attachments were making it impossible to part with items she no longer needed. That's when she started the 10-item toss rule. Here's how it works. Clara picks a specific area, a drawer, a shelf, or even a corner of a room, and challenges herself to find 10 items she can donate, recycle, or toss. Sometimes it's as simple as sorting through expired coupons in the kitchen. Other days, it's more emotionally challenging, like deciding to donate an old sweater she hasn't worn in years, but held on to because it reminded her of her teaching days. The beauty of this habit is its simplicity. Clara discovered that focusing on small wins made the process less overwhelming. She began to see open spaces where clutter once ruled, giving her a renewed sense of freedom. It's not just about making space in your home, Clara reflects. It's about making space in your mind. If you're nervous about letting go, start small, just like Clara did. Choose a single drawer or shelf and set a timer for 10 minutes. You'll be amazed at how quickly those little moments add up to a cleaner, calmer space. 5. Focus on high-traffic areas. Clara once dreaded her kitchen. The cluttered counters and endless crumbs left her feeling defeated before she even brewed her morning coffee. But one day, her daughter shared a golden rule. Focus on the spaces you use the most. This advice changed everything. Now, Clara starts her evenings with a quick cleanup of the kitchen counters and dining table. She keeps it simple, wiping down surfaces, putting away utensils, and ensuring the space is ready for a fresh start the next day. Some days, when her energy is lower, she focuses only on one area, like clearing the kitchen sink. The benefits are twofold. First, Clara wakes up feeling a sense of order and calm instead of being greeted by chaos. Second, maintaining high-traffic areas means her home always feels presentable, even if she hasn't gotten to the less used spaces. Clara often shares this tip with her book club. When you keep the areas you use most clean, you feel like you've accomplished something big, she says. It's a powerful reminder that progress isn't about tackling everything at once. It's about starting where it matters most. Try it yourself. Identify the spots in your home that you use daily. Spend just 10 minutes giving them some love, and watch how this small habit transforms your space and your mood. 6. Wipe it down. Right away. Clara's sister loved to tease her about her spotless windows. But the truth was, Clara had learned a valuable secret: the power of immediate action. When she first noticed how quickly dust and smudges accumulated, Clara adopted a wipe-it-down approach to cleaning. Whether it's the coffee table after a morning crossword session, the bathroom mirror after brushing her teeth, or the dining table after a family dinner, Clara makes it a habit to tackle spills, smudges, and crumbs as soon as they appear. Her favorite tool? A trusty microfiber cloth she keeps in her apron pocket for easy access. This habit didn't just keep her home looking fresh, it eliminated the stress of major cleanups. Clara remembers a time when her grandchildren spilled juice on her dining room table. Instead of panicking, she calmly reached for her cloth, wiped it down, and continued enjoying their visit. "I didn't realize how much peace it brings to stay ahead of the mess," she shares. The emotional payoff is undeniable. By addressing small messes as they occur, Clara feels more in control of her space and avoids the anxiety of letting things pile up. She often encourages her friends to give it a try, reminding them that a little effort now can save hours later. Start today. Carry a cloth or sponge with you during your daily activities. Whenever you notice a spot, take a moment to clean it. It's a small act that makes a big difference. 7. Use simple tools and products. Clara used to feel overwhelmed in the cleaning aisle at the store. Rows of colorful bottles with promises like deep clean and instant shine left her wondering what she truly needed. Then, after watching a TV segment on simplifying cleaning routines, she had an epiphany. It's not about having every product, but having the right ones. She invested in a few multi-purpose tools that changed her cleaning game. First on her list was an ergonomic mop that didn't strain her back and could easily clean tight corners. She also found a gentle, all-purpose cleaner that worked wonders on counters, glass, and even her bathroom tiles. It's amazing how much easier cleaning became when I didn't have to juggle 10 different sprays. Clara laughs. Another lifesaver was a small handheld vacuum, perfect for picking up crumbs after her grandchildren's visits. Clara recalls one particular afternoon when little Susie spilled crackers on the couch. Instead of stressing, Clara grabbed her handy vacuum, tidied up in seconds, and returned to their game. Clara's advice? Don't get bogged down by the clutter of products or complicated gadgets. Invest in simple, versatile tools that make cleaning feel effortless. Not only will it save time, but it will also save you from frustration. Take it from Clara. Sometimes less is more. 8. Create a schedule. That works for years. Clara resisted creating a cleaning schedule. It felt rigid, like something that would dictate her days. I didn't want to feel like a prisoner to my chores, she explains. But after a particularly messy week following a family reunion, Clara decided to try a flexible routine, and it changed everything. Instead of assigning rigid times for every task, Clara broke her week into categories. Mondays became laundry day, while Wednesdays were for light dusting. Saturdays were reserved for the bigger projects, like wiping down baseboards or vacuuming behind furniture. Having a general plan meant I didn't waste time figuring out what needed to be done, she says. Clara also tailored her schedule to her energy levels. On days she felt more tired, she'd only tackle small tasks, like folding laundry or clearing a single counter. When her energy was high, she'd take on the larger jobs. The best part? This schedule was hers to adjust as needed. One day, a neighbor complimented Clara's home, asking how she kept it so tidy. Clara shared her secret. It's not about doing everything every day. It's about finding a rhythm that fits your life. The neighbor left inspired, and Clara felt proud knowing she'd shared something that worked. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a cue from Clara. Start by listing your regular cleaning tasks, then spread them out over the week. Keep it flexible and forgiving, because life happens. 9. Keep laundry manageable. Clara used to dread laundry day. It wasn't just the piles of clothes. It was the thought of sorting, washing, drying, folding, and putting everything away. By the time I got to the last step, I was too tired to finish, she admits. The result? Clothes would sit in baskets for days, adding to the clutter. One evening, Clara decided to experiment with a new approach, doing one small load every day instead of letting it pile up. She started with her towels on Monday, moved to her sheets on Tuesday, and dedicated Wednesday to her everyday clothes. By breaking it into smaller chunks, the task became less daunting. This shift came with unexpected benefits. I noticed how much fresher my home felt, Clara shares. When your laundry isn't sitting around, the whole house feels lighter. She even developed a routine of folding laundry while watching her favorite TV shows, turning the chore into a relaxing part of her evening. Clara also found ways to simplify the process. She kept separate hampers for whites, darks, and delicates, so there was no need for sorting. She even taught her grandchildren to put their clothes in the correct hampers when they visited, turning laundry into a team effort. If laundry feels like an uphill battle, try Clara's method. One small load a day can save you from the stress of marathon laundry sessions, and leave you with more time for the things you love. 10. Get everyone involved. Clara used to shoulder all the cleaning herself, convinced it was her responsibility to keep her home in order. But during a particularly chaotic weekend, when her grandchildren visited, she found herself exhausted, trying to tidy up after everyone. That's when her daughter suggested a new approach. Why not make cleaning a family effort? The next time her grandchildren came over, Clara turned tidying into a game. She handed them small baskets and asked them to see who could gather the most toys in 5 minutes. The kids loved it, and Clara was amazed at how much they accomplished. Even her son-in-law chipped in, helping wipe down the counters after dinner. Clara realized that involving others wasn't about giving up control. It was about creating a shared sense of responsibility. Now, whenever friends or family visit, Clara sets clear expectations. Whether it's asking someone to help load the dishwasher or encouraging her daughter to fold laundry while they chat, teamwork has become a natural part of her routine. The emotional benefits are undeniable. Clara feels less burdened, and her family takes pride in contributing. It's amazing how much lighter things feel when everyone pitches in, she says with a smile. Try this in your home. Start small. Maybe ask a family member to help clear the table or involve grandchildren in picking up their toys. You'll not only lighten your load, but also strengthen your bond with those you love. 11th Nightly Resets. There was a time when Clara dreaded mornings because they started with chaos. Dirty dishes in the sink, shoes scattered near the door, and mail piled high on the counter greeted her daily. But then she discovered the power of a nightly reset, a simple ritual that transformed her mornings into a breath of fresh air. Each evening, Clara spends 15 minutes resetting her home. She begins with the kitchen, loading the dishwasher, and wiping down the counters. Next, she tidies up the living room, folding blankets and putting away stray magazines. Finally, she organizes her entryway, ensuring her keys, shoes, and mail are neatly in place. This small investment of time brings Clara immense peace of mind. It's like giving yourself a gift for the next day, she says. When she wakes up, her home feels welcoming and calm, setting a positive tone for the hours ahead. Clara has even made her nightly reset enjoyable. She listens to soothing music or catches up on her favorite podcasts while she works, making it feel less like a chore and more like self-care. If your mornings feel overwhelming, try Clara's method. Dedicate just 15 minutes before bed to straighten up. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel waking up to a tidy home. 12. Celebrate small victories. For years, Clara was her own harshest critic. No matter how much she accomplished, she always focused on what was left undone. But after a heart-to-heart with a friend, Clara realized she needed to change her mindset. Instead of fixating on perfection, she began celebrating her small victories. Now, after completing a task, whether it's decluttering a shelf or finishing her nightly reset, Clara takes a moment to acknowledge her effort. Sometimes, she rewards herself with a cup of chamomile tea and a good book. Other times, she treats herself to fresh flowers for her kitchen table, a little reminder of the joy her hard work brings. This shift in perspective has been life-changing. When I stopped focusing on what I hadn't done, I started seeing how much I had accomplished, Clara shares. The emotional boost she gets from these small celebrations keeps her motivated and prevents burnout. Clara also encourages her friends to adopt this mindset. She recently helped her neighbor Marie organize her pantry, and together they toasted their success with a shared slice of pie. It's so much more rewarding when you take time to celebrate, Clara says. Try this in your own life. After completing a cleaning task, do something small to honor your effort. You'll find that these moments of joy make all the difference, turning everyday chores into opportunities for self-appreciation. Here's the deal, folks. Keeping a clean home doesn't have to feel like climbing Mount Everest in your slippers. With these habits, you're not just tidying up, you're crafting a sanctuary that sparks joy and calm. So grab your broom, your favorite tunes, and let's show that clutter who's boss, party popper.